Hey, Prince Bosco here with another video. And today, in this TAVG episode, I would actually like to talk about a system that has been getting a bad rap lately, and I don't think it deserves its, I don't think it deserves how it's been criticized. And this system is this: the Nintendo WiiU. So a lot of people have not really been fond of this system so far, and I'm actually not sure why. Because, I have to admit, it's not the best system ever, but it's not a bad system at all. It's a pretty good system, and I think there are a couple of reasons. I'm not sure where it started, but people automatically started criticizing the system. Maybe people expect a lot from Nintendo, but people really started criticizing this system right away, and people just started picking up on it, and all of a sudden it was a bad system. I don't know what happened, where it started, but people just aren't liking it for some reason, and I don't understand why. It's a pretty good system, but people just don't like it for some reason. So it's I find it be a good system. It's definitely not Nintendo's best system ever, but it's a fine system. Nothing 100% wrong with it. There aren't any bugs or anything. It works well. The games it has, I don't find any problem with FPS or graphics at all, but the thing that's happening lately with gamers is people are judging systems by their graphics, and I don't see why. Graphics aren't everything. Sure, graphics are nice, like new graphics are really cool to see, but graphics aren't everything. You can easily have a good system and a good game without having automatically good graphics. So that's a bit of a disadvantage that I think the Wii U has, because the Wii U does not have as good graphics as PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and I think that's a no-brainer. But you gotta understand this, gamers, that graphics aren't everything. Just look back in I think 80s, there was the NES, and it was doing better than the Sega Genesis, even though the Sega Genesis was technically better, as in stats, but people still like the NES better. And now we have the Wii U, which is kind of in the same situation, except for some reason people are really criticizing of it, and it's like the Fit Wars all over again. So, basically that's what's going on. But I don't see why. If you look at it, it has quite a similar design to the Wii. I'm just gonna grab a Wii right over here. Here's a Wii right here, and as you can tell, they're pretty similar. The Wii U is quite big compared to the Wii, but I don't find a problem with that. The Wii, it opens up inside here. The Wii was smaller, but the Wii, I don't find that it's so big that you can't fit it anywhere. I can fit it on my shelf just fine. But, it has a glossy finish, which I actually don't like glossy finishes, because fingerprints stick to this thing like nobody's business. And I guess it's not like you touch the console too much, but if you're handling it, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of fingerprints on there. But you can tell the difference, and the Wii was a huge hit, and the Wii U isn't. But as looks, the Wii does have an advantage of being smaller, but the shape of the Wii U I like better. And I think it's better because it's round, and I personally think a round seems more futuristic. But that's just my opinion. But as in looks of the system, I don't see a problem. But, and then we have the controller, so this is a Wii controller, but you can use the Wii controllers on the Wii U. So if you had a problem with the controllers, there's not much of an issue, really, because here's a Wii U controller, much different. Because the Wii controller, I find, is the best controller of, the three consoles right now, which is Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Wii U. Because it might be huge, but it's not hard to use. I find it fits in your hand perfectly, and the buttons are easy to use, and the control sticks are fine. But people, for some reason, find an issue with this. I find the controller to be great. it's actually doing something cool. Like the touchscreen, I find is really useful. Like for I guess certain games, it's like a mini map on here, and it works great. So the controller itself, I find, is really good, and I don't see why there'd be an issue. Like the buttons are perfectly placed for your fingers, and I find it's awesome. It has like a little stylus here, and volume, even like it has its own volume thing. And it has its own little microphone and headphone jack spot. So it's an upgrade from the old controller, in my opinion. So, like I said, this is the best controller because it's really cool. It's not just another controller. Like the PlayStation 3 and 4 controller are practically the same, and same with the Xbox 360 and One. But this is completely different, and it's awesome. It's not as big as people might think it is. Like it is generally big, but it's not hard to use. It's really easy to use and fun. Like I've never had a problem with this controller. Not that I've ever had a problem with, like, say, a PlayStation 3 controller, but you might think it's huge which it is big in comparison, but the PlayStation 3 controller is nice to use, but I've never had a problem using this either. So, I don't think a controller is the issue. But people keep thinking that the Wii U is a kid game, like a kid console, which is not entirely true, because what people think is that Nintendo is for, like, kids, which it is targeted to an audience like that, but it's not like it's completely not meant for anyone older. The thing is, Nintendo goes for a more casual gaming audience than hardcore. Like, that's what PlayStation and Xbox consoles are meant for. But this has really good games on it that are just, meant for casual gamers. I'm not necessarily a casual gamer, but I love it. Like I love Nintendo games so much, I just stick with Nintendo. I still have, I use a PlayStation too, but I just use a Nintendo more than anything. And pretty much, I don't see why anyone should judge the Wii U by stats, because even though it has really low memory, I've never had a problem with the memory. And plus, you can just get an SD card, and I've never had an issue with the graphics or the gameplay, like the FPS or anything, so there's no way you should be judging it by that. Because if you're thinking, the Wii U sucks, well, it's not that bad. It's not the greatest console ever, but it's definitely not horrible. Like, the stats are good for what it does. And, yeah, but what about the actual important thing about a gaming console? It's games. Now, that is where I have to admit there is a problem. The library of games are a bit small. This is literally my whole library of Wii U games, which compared to my Wii is a tiny library. But I'll just go over these. I think these are the best of the Wii U currently. But yeah, I also have 2 more games I downloaded on here because I never had a chance to get them, which I will talk about too. And I'll talk about an upcoming game that's huge that people should know is pretty big. So the first one I want to talk about is one that comes with the console, which is Nintendo Land. For some reason, the screen recorder reverses everything, like a mirror, so it's kind of weird. So it's like Land. But Nintendo Land is, at standards of games, not hugely good, because it's not, in my opinion, it doesn't have huge gameplay by yourself. Like, you're a loner if you play it by yourself. It's more to be meant to play with other people, because there's a lot of different guides on there, because it utilizes Mii's very well, in my opinion. And it has a lot to do with pretty much all of Nintendo, like, franchises and Mii's. The Miiverse, which is, how there's Xbox Live and the whatever PlayStation thing has. This is Miiverse is the online community that the Wii U has, and the online community is a huge step up of the tiny Wii online community. So Nintendo Land, it's a decent game, and since you get it with the console, it's not that bad of a start. With my Wii U, I got 2 games with the console. Obviously, I got Nintendo Land, which is a decent game on its own, but I also got this is a really good game. And one moment, right here. I did a mini little goof thing about it early on my YouTube channel, but here it is, Zombie U, which it just looks like rubbish. So Zombie U is obviously a zombie horror game, and you're like, whoa, this is Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo is casual, but it still has like one of those mature games on it, like quite a lot. And so this is probably one of the best horror zombie games I've played in a while, because it is like, it's really big with how realistic it is, because if you die, your character is dead forever. And a lot of people agree that this is a pretty good game, so this is definitely a good game for the Wii U library. And then I have Batman Arkham City Armored Edition for the Wii U. I find it's a pretty cool game. It's open world Batman, you can't go wrong with Batman. And then I have the Assassin's Creed 3 and 4. Yeah. These aren't Wii U exclusive, so maybe I should just talk about mainly Wii U exclusive. Well, we'll talk about these two. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Ghost. There is no Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the Wii U, which is disappointing, but these two, the Black Ops 2 community is a huge upgrade from previous Call of Duty on the Wii's. The Wii. That was a derpy thing I said. Call of Duty Ghost, it was not a good Call of Duty, so there's a really small online community. It's not that good. Black Ops 2 usually has about almost 2,000 players on it usually now, which might not seem like a lot, but it's enough that you can play on it, and I don't have a problem with it. Unless you're really like playing every single game mode, you will see a bit of an issue. So if I suggest Call of Duties, I would suggest going to PlayStation, because you don't even get DLCs either. So unfortunately, I would suggest Call of Duty on one of those other consoles. But here is one of the top exclusives. I would definitely suggest Super Mario 3D World. I've been doing a Let's Play of this because it is a really good Mario game. Probably the best in Super Mario Galaxy. It is a super good Super Mario game. It is top notch, like seriously good. It has awesome levels, and it's just fluent and amazing graphics. It's a really good game, and I definitely suggest it if you're planning on getting a Wii U or are already a Wii U gamer. It is a really good game, and definitely suggest it. Now that is my whole Wii U library, with the exception of this. This is just Splinter Cell, which you can get on PlayStation and Xbox, but that's my whole Wii U library. No, it is not that big, but those, in my opinion, are probably the top games. But there's still two games that I have on the Wii U. One is a Wii U exclusive. One isn't. The one that isn't is Lego Marvel Heroes I have. It's a good game, but it's not Wii U exclusive. But I think it uses the gamepad pretty well. The other one I have is Mario Kart 8, which I had talked about in a previous vlog. It's getting a DLC next week, just to let you know. But anyways, Mario Kart 8 is a really good Mario Kart. Like, I know my Mario Kart. It's probably my favorite of all-time gaming franchise, and it is a really good Mario Kart. It is maybe top 5 Mario Karts. It is really good. It doesn't top the Wii one in my opinion, but it is really good. It's probably 4th, I would say. 4th best, probably 4th best. So it's the 4th best Mario Kart, so I would definitely suggest getting Mario Kart 8 if you're planning on getting a Wii U. There's a couple of there's at least one other game, which is the Legend of Zelda one, which I would suggest getting. I don't have it, but I've seen that it's really good, so I would get it. The reason I don't have it is because I haven't really followed Legend of Zelda too much, so I don't really know what's going on there. I mostly just like Mario, a bit of Kirby, I don't know, random stuff. Yeah, but definitely, the Wii U is not a bad system. I think it pairs up to what it's supposed to do very well. It has a really nice online community, which Nintendo has tried to do on the Wii, but it just did not do very well. It has a good online community, a good controller. It does have a small game library, but Super Smash Bros. Is coming out, and it's starting to grow, so that's definitely getting an upgrade. And you can use tons of different remotes. Like I think there's a Wii U Classic Controller Pro or something like that. I can use this. You can use a Classic Controller, which I just have over there. You can use a Nunchuck, GameCube controller. And it takes Wii games, which Xbox and PlayStation are retarded and didn't do. Why wouldn't you have reverse compatibility? It doesn't make any sense. And also awesome part about the Wii U is if you have... One sec. I'm just moving this off. If you have a Wii and you are like, I want to have my Wii stuff, like if you bought something from the shop, I want my Wii stuff on my Wii U, guess what? It has a program which puts the Wii on your Wii U. There's literally a whole Wii on this. There's a channel which is dedicated to the Wii. It's an exact replica of the Wii. It's insane. Like, this took it to the next level when coming back to playing past games, because you can play past Wii games no problem, and you can take everything that you had on your Wii and put it on your Wii U. I find that just perfect, which PlayStation and Xbox haven't done, and that is a really good Wii U aspect. But I haven't really talked about Miiverse. I don't do Miiverse too much. I don't know why. I just haven't really gone with it that much. But what pretty much we do is, like, you can play games and you can talk about them on Miiverse and share stuff about it and add friends. It's like the PlayStation stuff and whatnot. So it's pretty similar to that. So I don't know. I just never really got into that. I do have friends on the Wii U, like, you know, just like random friends I met. But it's not too much of a huge thing. A huge dealio. But I don't see why the Wii U is getting a bad rap. Like, if you're watching this and you think the Wii U has a bad rap, like, why the Wii U, like, say why the Wii U is bad. I would love to hear it, because I honestly don't see how you can come against my argument. You could say all about its stats all you want, but the Wii U is not about stats. It's not about getting those high, crazy graphics and everything, or its memory. It's about its quality. It's quality over quantity, you know? Like, it has good quality games, maybe not a lot, but they're pretty good games. I like these games. PlayStation and Xbox do have the top, but they're not as casual, and they just don't have the same kind of appeal. And plus, Nintendo obviously has so much exclusives compared to PlayStation and Xbox. They like to share everything. They're like the same system. They share absolutely everything, opposed to this, which has its own little stuff. So what I would suggest, if you wanted to really get with the gaming program, I would get yourself a Wii U. If you want, you could go to the next level and get a 3DS, because the 3DS is definitely a good system. I haven't heard anyone complain about that ever. So I would suggest getting a Wii U and either PlayStation or Xbox. There's no point in getting both, because they're like the same thing. Sure, there's exclusives, but barely any. So if you like exclusives on one, you might as well just get the one. Unless you happen to like all the exclusives on each, then I guess you just have to get all three. But the Wii U is not a bad console. It's not Nintendo's best. But people have just been judging it so harshly. I don't know where this is coming from. Like, they never judged the Wii that harshly at all. People love the Wii. Why won't you love the Wii U? I think the Wii U is an amazing system. Like, okay, maybe amazing is a little... Like, it does have its issues. Like what I said, like, the online community on some of these games are puny. So, it does have its issues, and it's working them out, though. Also, the issue I have is it has a small game library, because third-party developers are having a hard time with the, you know, controller aspect of it all. But it's a good system, and people, you need to give it more of a chance. Like, you can't shoot it down. Like, have you ever played it? Probably not. You're probably just going based off of it from someone else. But it's a good system, and you should definitely try it out, because all of my reasons. It's just, it has good quality games, and it's working on getting more games. And there's really nothing wrong with it. If you got the Wii, then I would highly suggest you get the Wii U. There's no reason why you shouldn't. It's just like I would suggest if you got PlayStation 3 to get PlayStation 4 or whatever. But I think that's enough of my rant with the Wii U. Bottom line, awesome controller, like the best I've seen out of the three competitors, the highest. And you can argue all you want, but come on, this has all the aspects of Xbox and PlayStation's controller, plus a touchscreen. You can't go against that. And it has a built-in mic. Good luck going against that, buddy. Seriously, go in the comments. Just try me. And then the Wii U, awesome system. Pretty good system. Not awesome. It does have its problems, but it's working on it. But anyways, thanks for listening to me rant about the system. I honestly say this, if you have any problems at all with the Wii U, I want you to tell me, because I want to see another side of this, because no one's I've seen in comments or in anything ever say a good reason for not liking the Wii U. Because the goods outweigh the bad in my opinion. But I am a Nintendo fanboy, I will admit it. I love Nintendo. It's never led me down a path of wrong yet, because I was born after the Virtual Boy. So it's never led me down a bad path. And I hate that people are criticizing so much on this console, when it is actually a really good console. But anyways, enough about me ranting. You could hate me in the comments all you want. But if you happen to like this video, please like and subscribe for more. See ya. Stay awesome.